Hello, my name is Joseph Alai. Welcome to my channel. And today I'd like to talk about how to construct the end result, that scene that you're going to imagine to manifest. So I guess it'd be good for me to start out explaining to you the process of manifestation in the first place. So first I'll explain to you how it works, and then I'll explain to you how to do it, and then I'll explain to you the process of writing the scene that you're going to imagine. So, first of all, it's the subconscious mind that manifests. It's the subconscious mind that manifests. So the subconscious mind is just that. It's subconscious. We are not conscious of it. We have our finite analytical mind that's telling us what to do right now, like me talking, even though a lot of the words I'm saying are automatic. I'm not thinking about every single word I'm saying. Also, me opening and closing my hands to an extent, that is also consciousness. The idea in general for this video is conscious, is finite, is the limited conscious mind. And that everything behind the scenes, such as where thoughts come from initially, which is interesting, dreams, breathing, our life force, our digestion, anything that we're not aware of is the subconscious, okay? So the subconscious is used in multiple ways. It's used to move us automatically towards our manifestation, and it's also used to manifest in general. So it's connected to the force, which I call God, and it is continuously and constantly working for us. It does not sleep. It's always working, and it's always manifesting for us. So that's the subconscious mind. And the process of creation is the subconscious mind is continuously executing a blueprint, okay, or a series of blueprints. These blueprints are based on our belief systems. First and foremost, our belief systems, inner conversations, things that we imagine, and anything that our senses allow into our mind, right? That is what the subconscious mind is consistently creating, and that is what is providing our subconscious mind with things, right? Also thoughts, things of this nature, anything that we allow into our mind. So the question then becomes, what do I do if I want to manifest? If I want to manifest deliberately? Because we're always manifesting, we always have been, we always will be, for as long as we're aware. So in order to manifest, there are many different techniques to impress things upon the subconscious mind. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you the most efficient and effective technique, the most powerful one. So that if you can use this for huge things, and you can use this for little things as well, right? So technically you can look at this as an overview of how to manifest in general, the most efficient way, the most effective way, and the way that I have seen most miraculous things unfold in my life. So we want to deliberately impress upon the subconscious mind. And in order to do this, we need to define what it is that we want explicitly. We need to definitively and definitely figure out exactly what we want. Because we don't want to think of how it's going to happen. We don't want to think of why it's going to happen. We don't want to think of why it isn't going to happen or what can get in the way. None of that matters, because in the exact definite likeness of what we impress on the subconscious mind is specifically replicated and brought into our awareness through any number of ways. Either through our manifestation on the exterior, through some spiritual mystical experience, any number of ways the subconscious will bring to us the thing that we desire. So we construct that scene, we outline the end result in its fullness, okay? Nothing in the middle. Whatever needs to happen for the end to come will automatically transpire in this world without any movement or thought thereof of anything in here in the world, it will happen automatically. So that's why we only go to the end. By imagining anything in the middle, such as how it's going to happen, we're actually creating obstacles for ourselves. Because in the perception of God or the universe, everything is obviously laid out, right? All possibilities exist in this exact moment now. It's just that the human mind can only be aware of one thing at a time. That's not to say our mind goes back and forth, scattered between different states, right, or dimensions or ideas, but we literally can only be aware, like consciously aware of one thing at a time. So once we define that end, which is I desire to have 100,000 subscribers on YouTube. I will use that as my end for now. So that's the definite end. Now, keep in mind, I did not define how that's going to happen. I didn't define what's supposed to take place in order for that to unfold. I've simply defined an end, and that's all that's necessary. And not only is that all that's necessary, that's all that should be defined. So once I've done that, I now can, okay, that's what I want, right? 100,000 subscribers. So what do I need to do next? So like I said, what we have to do is construct a scene which implies that end, and then get into a state that borders upon sleep, or something where our perception of this reality is reduced to nothing, which is essentially shutting down the ego, our concept of ourself, our concept of how this world works, right? So a meditative state, and then we bring that scene into our imagination, and we bring it to life. We make it real. We act as if we're in that scene in first person point of view, as if it's us acting out, looking at my hands, not a picture of myself in front of me or something, or from a distance. It's specifically from my own eyes, right? So I should be, in my imagination, I should be seeing things in exactly as I'm seeing them now, okay? Because like I said, the subconscious mind replicates in its exact nature the thing that we impress upon it. So, and then once I do that, right, once I'm fully present and then in my subconscious and then in my imagination, and I make this as real as humanly possible with the sensory vividness of reality, what would I see, taste, touch, hear, feel emotionally, whatever would actually be happening, whatever I would actually feel in that scene is what I must bring into my imagination so that it's as real as I can possibly get it. And if I can do that properly, that plants a seed, a metaphorical seed in the subconscious, which will then ripen and flower in its own time frame. And whatever needs to happen in order for that to manifest will all be taken care of too. You never have to worry about the middle. God's ways are greater than our ways. So just keep that in mind. It takes all the effort out of it, right? It's the only effort that we take is defining this end scene. So once we do that, we can either fall asleep while doing it and it's done. It's a done deal. We don't know when and how it's going to come, but it's done. Or we can just let go and then move on, right? So to define the end scene, like all that to say this, to define the end scene, we have what we want, right? So the problem, what's the problem? Or what do I want, right? So say the problem is that I want more subscribers. So what I would do is, so that's the problem, then I find the solution to that problem. What's the solution to that problem? I have the subscribers. It's there, right? I'm not talking about what I'm going to do to get them, just the result in its full fruition. So I define, okay, 100,000 subscribers. For you, you might want to be with a specific person. What's the problem? You're not with them. What's the solution? You're married to them. Or you want a raise. What's the problem? You need more money. You have debt. Whatever the case may be, what's the solution? You have it's not even a better job. It'd be you're debt free. Or perhaps you want to have a better job that's more fulfilling. So that is what you want. So I take that and then I construct a scene in past tense as if it's already happened. So I take the time of fruition. So say the time of fruition is tonight, right now, at this point. What I'll do is I'll construct a scene with the bare minimum time, like 10 minutes from now. So the future, after it's already done. And the reason for this is because we need to define the end so that whatever it takes for us to get there will happen. If we do it before the end, then it's no indication that the end is actually done, right? So some people say, I'm in the wedding. I don't recommend that unless it's already after you've said, I do, or they've said, I do, and it's already done. Because we want to completely imply that the scene is in full fruition of the thing that we want, so that when we impress this upon the subconscious mind, it will replicate that, and whatever needs to happen for you to end up where you have imagined will happen. So we've taken that time and space after the desire has been fulfilled, and now we construct a condensed scene which implies that it's done. So 100,000 subscribers. What will I do when I have 100,000 subscribers? I'll have the plaque. That plaque, they send you a plaque, right? I'll have it. It'll be, I think it has a silver medallion on it or something like that. And it says like, congratulations, you've hit 100,000, right? They send it to you in the mail. So a scene which would imply that that's done is that I already have that plaque on my wall. It's a perfect scene. It's already done. I can't get that scene unless, I can't get that plaque unless that it's been fulfilled. So it's perfect. For you, perhaps it's you're having a celebration party about how you've gotten that new job already, or that you've started it, or an anniversary for marriage, or getting home from the vacation, or about to leave the vacation, as if it's already been fulfilled. So, and then you start to populate it with details. What would you see, taste, touch, hear? Who would you be with? What would you look like? What would you be wearing? What time of the day would it be? Right? I outline this on a piece of paper. And remember, take a condensed scene so that we do not have to wonder about this, right? We don't have to wonder. We know exactly it's short. It implies that it's finished. And it means that we have what we want. So once we've outlined that, that's how I outline it, right? So like, for instance, my house on the wall is the plaque, and I'm standing over here and I'm looking at it and I'm happy, and maybe I'm talking to my sister on the phone and saying it looks awesome, and maybe FaceTiming and showing it to her. That's it. Simple. A few seconds long, right? So that way, once we get into the imaginal act, once we get into the imagination and we're shut down off of this physical reality, we can easily bring this into our imagination. And so once we do that, once we play that through over and over until it feels real, then we can stop and put it away. It's done, right? We can revert back to our natural state, or we can do it consistently. Doesn't matter. Whatever it takes for you to fully feel it's real and act as if it's real, that's what matters. If you can align your mind and your feeling in the imaginal act, you will achieve success. So anyway, I hope this was helpful in defining the end. If you like this, please scroll down, hit the bell icon, stay tuned for more. Thank you so much. Oh, and go to my website, sovereignmind.com, and register for the mailing list for unlisted videos. Thank you.